Now.
Good evening and welcome to Newswatch 12 at 6. I'm Dan Hagan. For more than a century, Park Falls, Wisconsin was known for its paper mill, but now that complex along the Flambeau River is doing something completely different. The mill isn't making paper anymore, but rather mining cryptocurrency. It's a process that requires a lot of space and computers. It's causing some concern among local residents. Newswatch 12's Michael Lodholtz gives us a closer look.
Small towns all over Wisconsin have depended on their local mills for decades. When the paper mill in Park Falls closed, the community was hit hard. There were many people without jobs and an empty building left on the Flambeau River.
The demolition of the Park Falls mill has begun. Other parts of the mill have been repurposed for unique opportunities.
One of those opportunities is leasing some of the space to a crypto mining company. Some people are concerned if the crypto mining will pollute the river. The mayor says there is no reason for alarm.
I have no information to believe that that is true in any way. Talking about cooling water.
The operation does not take up the entire mill facilities.
Basically, it's a container with a bunch of computers that needs a lot of power and an internet connection.
Mayor Boblick says that there is no additional power structure being built for the mill. Since mills need an entire network of power to make them work, the empty Park Falls location is a natural fit for this type of operation. This is a new endeavor for Park Falls, and they are making sure no corners are being cut.
If there's any nuisances created, we don't really have any environmental role. That's the DNR in the state. But if any nuisances are created as far as noise or anything that would affect the public negatively and is within our code of ordinances, we will strictly enforce.
There is additional space available for the old mill for prospective businesses looking to gain a prime location with railroad access. The city of Park Falls is making tough choices since its mill closed, but the community is working hard to find solutions. In Park Falls, Michael Lodholtz for Newswatch 12.
Meteorologist Conrad Sapinski joins us now. Conrad, it was nice outside, but maybe a little cooler than the weekend.
Yeah, it was. It was a great start out there for a morning commute. Look at that beautiful sunrise out there. Really nice conditions for a start. Then, once the sun started to rise, more clouds started to roll in. But in general, we were under some partly cloudy skies. Now a little bit less clouds out there, more on the clearer end, but still a little bit of clouds lingering out there in the upper Midwest. But south of us, barely any cloud cover. But then there's more cloud cover associated with this low right over here in the west that will slowly make its way into our area. So expect more of an active pattern from Tuesday night all the way through Saturday with some on and off rain and maybe even some thunder action by Thursday night into Friday. But let's talk temperatures now. Not looking too bad out there as we had some 60s earlier, some 70s to the south, but still a little bit below average, and now we've really cooled off out there as that wind is blowing from the north, bringing all those cooler temperatures. But look at tonight's forecast. We'll have some areas of frost as temperatures drop into the mid-30s. Dan?
The United States reached a tragic milestone, 1 million COVID-19 deaths according to the CDC. The U.S. is believed to be the first nation to reach 1 million deaths since the start of the pandemic. Globally, the virus is considered the cause of over 6 million deaths. According to federal data, overall U.S. deaths spiked by almost 19% from 2019 to 2020. That spike in overall deaths was the largest in the U.S. in 100 years. The number of COVID deaths is roughly equal to the number of Americans who died in the Civil War and World War II combined. Wisconsin had a long winter, pushing back planting season for many farmers. A potato farm near Antiga is hoping to plant next week. Eigel Farms is a family-owned farm and has been operating for over 75 years. They specialize in growing healthy, nutritious, organic potatoes. They're not only dealing with weather this year, but also increasing prices.
Fertilizer prices have been going up. We actually pre-ordered a lot of fertilizer last fall because we knew that prices were going to be up.
Common products like fertilizer are sometimes double the price. Potatoes require a lot of fertilizer. Despite all these problems, Brad Eigel is excited to start planting.
But I enjoy being outside, especially this time of the year, being out in the field and being able to work outside in the sun and stuff like that.
With the weather being much better than it was a month ago, the ground is almost ready for planting potatoes. For the first time in Minnesota history, a Navy ship is set to be commissioned, and it's happening at the Port of Duluth. The USS Minneapolis-St. Paul arrived in Duluth this morning. It will be commissioned this Saturday. The original ceremony was set for the spring of 2021, but an issue with the ship's propellers slowed things down. The high-speed combat ship was christened at the Marinette, Wisconsin shipyard in 2019. The USS Minneapolis-St. Paul will have a crew of about 140 sailors after its commissioning in Lake Superior. The Rhinelander Area Scholarship Foundation is looking for new board members. In a Facebook post, the foundation says people who enjoy serving the community should consider joining the board. Being a board member also helps make a difference in the lives of Rhinelander High School graduates. Its mission is to raise money and contribute scholarships for local graduates. If you have any interest in joining the Rhinelander Area Scholarship Foundation, contact a current board member, or you can email rhinelanderasf@gmail.com. 2 Ohio bear cubs have been found healthy after the mother bear was shot on Thursday, leaving them orphaned. The cubs were found in a wooded area in Newtown, Ohio, by town officials. The cubs' mother was shot on Thursday. The police chief there said one of his department's off-duty officers was involved in the shooting. Many locals are upset and called for the state to rescue the cubs.
It seems like it's really simple in this day and age to just mobilize quickly and get everything you need to respond very, very quickly for something like this. But it's actually not that simple. You know, staff are not located here in Newtown, so there's travel time, there's making sure you get the right equipment, make sure you get the right supplies, and trying to get on scene.
They say they will be attempting to capture and rehabilitate the cubs. The bears spend most of Monday up in a tree, which is normal behavior. Fire danger remains across the Midwest. Right after the break, a Michigan fire has destroyed over 2,000 acres. We'll tell you what's being done to contain it. That's After Weather with Conrad right here on Newswatch 12.
Summer's here, and it's time to refresh your space, indoor or out. Get an incredible 25% off Slumberland low prices during our huge memorial sale at Slumberland. Explore our comfortable living rooms, bedrooms, dining rooms, patio, and more.
This ain't about the donor class with their name on trucks, nor the establishment. Man, they failed us for decades. This is about the ones who work for a living, just worry about safe streets and buying groceries. Warrior conservatives. This is about Kevin Nicholson, one of us. The Marine who never forgot how to fight. It's in his gut. Conservatives, rise up. We have a leader.
Dude, great ride, right? This Silverado keeps me connected and in control. And this touchscreen is my command center. My command center.
The 2022 Silverado LT. Find new control. Find new roads. Well-qualified buyers can get 1.9% financing on all 2022 Silverado 1500 pickups. Or order your next Chevy at your local dealership. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Carpet City.
Come to Carpet City Flooring Center's grand opening sale and receive massive savings along with free carpet installation. Take advantage of grand opening savings at the brand new Eagle River store and all existing locations. Come see why builders and designers only choose Carpet City Flooring Center for their flooring needs. And receive huge savings at the Carpet City Flooring Center grand opening sale.
Our prices will floor you.
I just scratch my head over these career politicians. They get in there and they just never want to leave. I'm going to give this my all for 4 years, work very hard. I'm going to do it for the greater good of all the people of Wisconsin, not the special interests. I think the lobbyists are not going to like me at all. They're going to be very frustrated. I'm not beholden to them. Didn't take any money from them, won't take any money from them. I'm going to do what's right for all the people of Wisconsin.
Tim Michaels for governor.
Get an incredible 25% off Slumberland low prices during our huge memorial sale at Slumberland. Are you sleeping in pain but dread mattress shopping? Come to Slumberland, where each bed is rated for back support and softness.
Good Good afternoon and welcome back, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. So we had another nice day out there today. The sun peeking out, a little cooler temperatures with that, but at least we were under some partly cloudy skies all across the region, but we are not in the clear because more rain is back in the forecast. Tuesday night, it'll be more spotty through Wednesday, and then heavier rain moves in Thursday night into Friday. Maybe even some thunderstorms will be possible. We'll definitely keep an eye on that before we finally start to clear up by Sunday morning. But now let's talk about these temperatures, folks. So our average high this time of year is supposed to be around 67 degrees with an average low of around 41. So today here in the Northwoods, we were below that. We had around 63 degrees, so 4 degrees below our average. Not a big difference. A little warmer temperatures to the south, where some locations down there were slightly actually above average. But here in the Northwoods, we were not as lucky. We had some low 60s out here, even some 50s to the north. But now we really cooled off out there. A lot of locations are in the mid 50s. Here in Rhinelander, we're at around 58 degrees, some 60s to the south. And then some 71 degree peaking out closer to Green Bay. But all of those temperatures will really start to cool off tonight, where a lot of this yellow and orange will become blue. And you know what that means. That's 30s out there. Yes, 30s are back tonight. So be careful. Some frost will be possible, but these temperatures will continue to be on the cooler end, except Thursday we might have 1 or 2 degrees above average. But now look at Saturday into Sunday. We start to really dip down into those 50s as highs. Yeah, I know we had those 90s not that long ago. We were tanning out there, and now we're back in the 50s. So bring out those sweaters because it will get cool, especially overnight. By Saturday and Sunday, we're looking at lows back in the 30s. So if you have any crops and vegetation out there, keep an eye on those. But right now, winds are also a little bit on the gusty end. But look at the direction. They're blowing from the north or the northwest. So that means cooler temperatures are moving in. But in most locations, we have a 10 to 20 mile per hour wind. Luckily, that wind will start to die down tonight with really cold lows out there in the mid 30s. So some frost will be possible. Tomorrow, we rebound back into the mid 60s with partly cloudy skies. So another nice day out there tomorrow, but a little bit on the cooler end. But our 7-day outlook, brought to you by Northwoods Furniture and Mattress, does show some more rain back in the forecast Wednesday through Saturday, and then we really cool off by the weekend. Dan?
Firefighters have gained control of a Michigan wildfire burning since Friday. A wildfire in Montmorency County is now 60% contained, according to the Department of Natural Resources. The DNR determined a lightning strike was the cause of the fire. They say that lightning strike was from a storm on May 11th, and the fire burned a couple of days before it was spotted.
Yesterday's focus is start establishing some lines and making sure that the structures and lives are protected. Today, now we've got an evaluation of what's going on out here, where their structures are or are not, and we can step back, take a more planning approach, and start putting resources into developing containment lines on both flanks.
As of Sunday, the fire has burned approximately 2,700 acres. More than 30 DNR firefighters and additional staff from 4 local fire departments worked throughout the weekend to contain the fire. The Wisconsin DNR is asking the public to avoid burning due to very high fire danger across much of the state. Areas with high fire danger include most of the Northwoods counties. Today had warm, dry, and breezy conditions, not good for fires. In the last week, 127 wildfires have burned nearly 100 acres, most of which were related to downed power lines, with some resulting from debris burning equipment and lightning. Burn permits for debris burning are currently suspended in many counties. The DNR says to report fires early and call 911 if you see it. Check fire danger, wildfire reports, and burning restrictions on the DNR website. A Wisconsin woman is going for an epic journey for a cause. Coming up after the break, we'll learn about her long journey with her kayak on the Mississippi River in just a few minutes.
This portion of News Watch 12 is brought to you by Slumberland. Violent and destructive riots in Kenosha. The Waukesha Christmas Parade tragedy. Record high homicides in Milwaukee. From defunding our police to releasing violent felons with low or no bail. Liberal Democrats have created the worst crime wave in decades. Senator Ron Johnson is standing with our brave law enforcement officers to keep Wisconsin families safe. And he wants to keep violent criminals behind bars where they belong.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
The great experiences you have in here and even out here all started here. Because the best customer experience always leaves a great impression. GMC, awarded #1 in sales satisfaction by J.D. Power. Step up to GMC with 0% financing on these GMC models. Visit your North Central Wisconsin GMC dealer.
See the exceptional selection of jewelry at Golden Carat Jewelers. Artistic handmade jewelry by Michu and Belle Latour. Fashion-forward designs by Mira T. and Frederick Sage. The latest trends and the forever classics from Facet Barcelona, Catan, and more. Your full-service jewelry store in downtown Minocqua, Golden Carat Jewelers has a surprise for everyone.
And I walked right into US Cellular and I said I want to choose any phone in here for free.
What'd he say?
He said, sure. Really nice guy. I had my pick of any phone from any brand, free, even the newest ones.
Wow.
Yeah.
You got the big screen?
Yeah.
Big storage?
Yeah.
Fits in your pocket?
Fits in my pocket. You know, it's a big phone, and that's what I wanted, and I got what I wanted.
At US Cellular, we put you first. So choose any phone free. Plus, get unlimited data for just $30 a month. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless.
In Wisconsin, everything's gotten so expensive because America's too dependent on China. So we sure know phony baloney policies when we see them. Senator Ron Johnson voted against cracking down on China with higher tariffs and tougher trade deals, and even voted against punishing China for manipulating its currency. No wonder everything keeps going up and up and up. Senator Johnson, stop making it easier on China and tougher on us.
Newswatch 12 is brought to you by Bone and Joint Walk-In Care.
The Green Bay Packers appear to have locked down one of their core pieces. Reports have surfaced of a 4-year, $84 million extension with Pro Bowl cornerback Jair Alexander. Here's footage of his draft day a few years ago. The 25-year-old star is set to receive $31 million in year one of that deal, a majority of that coming from a $30 million signing bonus, a new record amount for a defensive back. With that signing bonus, Alexander's base salary will be just $1 million this season. The young corner is coming off an injury-plagued season where he missed a large portion of the year with a shoulder injury. Despite that, he is still considered to be one of the best cornerbacks in the NFL. A 68-year-old Wisconsin woman is making the trek of a lifetime. She's attempting to kayak nearly 2,400 miles down the Mississippi River. But her mission is more than just an adventure. Dustin Lukey explains.
2 blades to a kayak paddle, hello, 2 strokes to help keep the paddler on course, and 2 vastly different thoughts.
My first reaction was, that's amazing. And my second reaction was, that's crazy.
When you hear something like this.
My name's Bobby Rathert, and I am 68, and I'm going down the Mississippi River as a solo kayaker.
It's a nearly 2,400-mile, possibly record-setting quest that begs just one question. Why?
Oh, that's a good question.
For Bobby, there is a dual purpose. On the one hand, it's a time for living simply, with deep personal reflection.
Some people say it takes 900,000 paddle strokes, one, like this. And I'm going to give it about 1 million, because, I'm smaller and older, and I'm not going to rush. And for each of those strokes, I'm going to try to remember paddling for hope.
That's the second reason for the journey. Bobby wants to use her adventurous spirit to inspire the spirit of giving.
We hear a lot of times people say, well, what can we do, or how do we get involved? What a fun way to get involved on so many different levels.
Putting the hope in Paddling for Hope, Bobby's teaming up with Hope Restores, the La Crosse-based African-American Resource and Community Center led by Tashira Jackson and Shemaiah Curtis. The hope is that people will pledge per mile or simply donate on behalf of Bobby's trek, And like she expects to do, reflect on what that support truly means.
The African American community's roots come from tragedy and trauma and devastation. We chained them and dragged them over, and we separated families for 400 or 500 years. So no, they don't think the way we do, but they need things we do. They need us to work at it. They can't help us learn it.
Of course, as the journey draws near, there's plenty more on Bobby's mind.
Let me get my list.
She's preparing for the many physical challenges that lie ahead.
I mean, the river changes so much day to day, but year to year.
But she's doing so with a clear focus.
In every aspect, there's adventure and caution and challenge.
It is an adventure she may be undertaking solo, but certainly not alone. Bobby will be paddling for hope, with the hope of a community better connected.
If anybody can do this, it's our Bobby.
Like the two blades of the paddle, propelling her ever forward.
We've been through a lot in the last few years. We've been down, we've risen, we've hurt, we've healed. And through it all, we've not lost our courage or our hope. And while there's work to do, our governor is determined to do what's right for us. Tony Evers invested over $1 billion to help thousands of small businesses prevent layoffs and create jobs. To battle rising costs, our governor worked with Republicans and Democrats to pass middle-class income tax relief. Tony Evers fixed our roads, and our public schools are now in the top 10 in America. Today, Wisconsin has one of the lowest unemployment rates in our history, along with billions in budget surplus.
Folks, there's too much division in politics today. That's why I'm focused on bringing people together to get the results that matter.
Tony Evers. He's doing the right thing for Wisconsin.
Oh, love that Chevy Blazer. That's our next SUV. Love that Equinox. That's our next SUV.
Nice Trailblazer.
It was love at first sight. What?
The Chevy family of SUVs. Find new options. Find new roads.
It's Chevy Sport Utility Spring. Well-qualified buyers can get 0% financing or get a $1,000 cash allowance on all 2022 Equinox models. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
Culver's couldn't have started anywhere but in Sauk City, Wisconsin. Still today, we are a family restaurant. Here, nearby farms grow the food we eat, smiles are contagious, and everyone is someone's neighbor. It's a place where our love of fresh food is as strong as our love for each other. It's a feeling of welcome you'll notice the moment you stop by. Because where we come from has made us who we are, and for that, we couldn't be more proud. Welcome to Delicious.
When hiring a personal injury attorney, you need an attorney with a strong reputation in the courtroom. The insurance companies know exactly who they're dealing with. And nobody really wants to go to trial unless they have to. But the insurance company will never make you a fair offer unless they know that you have an attorney who has the knowledge, the strength, the reputation, and the will to take your case to trial and win. At Bygoff and Rohde, that's how we get results.
Huge auction, Lake Tomahawk, Wisconsin. Kubota Diesel RTV, huge woodworking shop, guns, pontoon, Kubota, zero-turn mower, and more. Contact Brass and St. Louis Auctions for more details.
All right, Conrad, well, I had an incredible weekend outside. I spent a lot of time outside enjoying the warm temperatures. Today, not so much, a little colder, so what are we going to see going forward?
Yeah, so now we're actually going to be in a cooler temperature trend. I know I was on the lake not that long ago, maybe 3 days ago, but look at these graphs now. So not looking too bad right now with some partly cloudy skies, but more rain is back in the forecast with those cooler temperatures. Our better chances come in Tuesday night into Wednesday, but that will be more spotty. The greater and heavier chances of rain and maybe even some thunderstorms are back by Thursday night into Friday before we finally start to clear out by the overnight hours on Saturday and then into Sunday. But look at these temperatures. We were well below average today, especially in the Northwoods in the 60s. Now we really cooled off out there in the mid 50s to upper 50s all across the regions. But look at these high temperatures for the weekend. Yeah, barely hitting 51 degrees. So I would bring out a sweater or two because it will get cool.
All right, well, at least we have a pretty good week ahead of us. All right, thanks, Conrad. We'll have more weather and news for you on Newswatch 12 at 10. We will see you then.